movieweb.com.
Love this film. I mean, this is one of the grittiest, most intense crime dramas I've seen in a long time. Can you guys talk about filming in Brooklyn and filming on the streets and in the projects? Because a lot of people don't see that when they see a lot of feature films.
Yeah, well, you gotta be brave. You're gonna shoot New York City on the streets in Brooklyn. You gotta be brave, and everybody with you has to be brave, because people in New York don't care about your camera being over here and say, "Can I clear that street over there?"
No, you can't. We gotta go.
Life keeps moving, man, and you know, it's gratifying. It's scary. It's tough, but it's the most satisfying experience you can get, man.
It's so rewarding, and you can see it in the movie. You know, it's what. You know, when we did Training Day, Antoine insisted on the same thing in L.A., and it makes a difference. You know, it's a character in the movie, the streets. You know, especially if you're making a movie about cops, you're making a movie about neighborhoods. You know, precincts. That's what precincts are. You know, and to see the people, and for us to have to look at them, have to walk, from the hair and makeup trailer to the set. You know, I'm passing by kids and shaking hands and stuff, you realize that this is a story of these people's lives.
That's right.
And so there's a certain amount of responsibility that comes with that.
That's right.
Can you guys talk about going back to the cop crime drama 10 years later after Training Day? What made this particular story so interesting for you both?
It was the characters. You know, Michael Martin, first-time writer, he wrote a really interesting, strong blueprint. But it was the characters. I got the same feeling I got from Training Day. I got that hunger, that like, I could say something with this. I can get deep into this, even in a different way, spiritually, psychologically, economics are involved, and that's where we are as a country right now. You know, all these things are happening. We're like in this crisis, and it just felt right. And then when Ethan read it and called me and said he would do it, it was just like. And then Wesley and Don and Richard, you know, you have to do it. You know what I mean? You have to do it. You have to say something. And remember, since a lot of stuff has happened since then. People being executed in subways, Sean Bell's anniversary is coming up. A lot of crazy, violent things have happened. No one's really exploring what's going on. You know, and that's why going into the neighborhood is important. Like Ethan said, it's their story too. They wind up suffering the most.
Let me ask you a philosophical question about your character of Sal. He's been grinding down on the streets. He has the money problem. He's having a hard time supporting his wife and kids. And there's that great monologue where he talks about a rookie cop making $20,000 a year, putting his life on the street, surrounded by all these drug dealers with all this money. Is this the common theme that you get from cops when we're doing research?
Yeah, you know, I mean, these guys, a lot of them really care about what they're doing. It's really important to them, and they don't want to live like, the chic of so-and-so. They don't need to have all, but they want to be able to pay for a decent home and be able to show the benefits of living an ethical and productive life in service of others. And, you know, they get a lot of lip service about the community believing in them, but they don't often get a lot of support. And, you know, they're being asked, when you're being asked to raid a real drug den,
it's scary.
That's scary stuff to do, you know.
They got a lot of fear. They want to go home to their family too, you know. But they make some bad choices as well. So, you know, it's not an indictment and it's not a love letter, but it's to say, you know, they're killing themselves, they're killing other people. How can we help them? What can we do? Because there's a problem, and we need to deal with it. And these neighborhoods suffer from it as well. That's why the opening scene with the kid on the ground, shot by a cop, tried to rob him. And the mother's crying, because that's who suffers. That's who pays that price.